Clemence kicks downfield. Can Liverpool hold on? Johnson has the ball. Oh, plays a lovely ball to Kennedy inside the area, and Kennedy has scored! Ray Kennedy has scored for Liverpool, and that surely will be the goal that will take Liverpool to the European Cup final in Paris.
The moment when Liverpool knew they were about to create history, the moment when dreams of Paris in the springtime became a reality, the goal by Ray Kennedy, scored in the Olympic Stadium in Munich, to make sure of this week's meeting with Real Madrid in the Parc des Princes in Paris. That goal meant Liverpool became the first club from these shores to qualify for a third European final, and if they beat the pride of Spain, they'll join Europe's elite as 3 times winners of club football's richest prize. We're going to look back over a season that's been clouded by injury, the worst injury crisis in the club's history it was called, and we're going to remember the way Liverpool have once again taken the continent by storm. Remember, after 2 barren seasons following their double success in the Champions Cup, Liverpool again entered as champions of the Football League and hoped that the first round draw would be kind to them in Zurich. UEFA couldn't have been kinder, and in the first round it was north to within 100 miles of the Arctic Circle for a meeting with the champions of Finland, the amateurs of Oulu.
At the moment, Liverpool have got a corner out on the right-hand side, taken by Sammy Lee to Terry McDermott. A header from McDermott is in the back of the net. The Liverpool celebrations continue, both on the field and on the terraces. A beautiful corner it was from Sammy Lee on the right-hand side, taken inch perfect to the head of Terry McDermott. McDermott, where he beat the ball, there only seemed to be just the one red shirt rising to meet the ball, square with his forehead, and it really, before Rantanen could move, the ball in the back of the net.
Amateurs they might have been, but Oulu hit back in that game, and one of the shock results of the first round was produced in that tiny stadium surrounded by snow-topped mountains. A 1-1 draw was more than even Oulu could have dreamed of, particularly after that early goal from Terry McDermott. The Liverpool party returned home annoyed at the state of the pitch in Finland that made control difficult at best and at worst impossible.
Oulu not dead yet by any means. 10 minutes to go, they're only a goal to 0 down, and they've got to throw in, which will be almost like a corner because Larson throws it a long way. It comes into the near post, a back header on the near post, a scramble inside the Liverpool penalty area. Thompson heads it clear and it's in! Oulu have scored! And the writing has been on the wall for a long time in this match for Liverpool. And really they paid the price for their own indecision. And Oulu have got back a goal and might well snatch a draw. In a game that Liverpool really ought to have won comfortably, they might now go back with only a draw.
They came to Anfield and were sent home beaten 10-1, with Terry McDermott and Graeme Souness hitting hat-tricks, and the others coming from David Fairclough with 2, Ray Kennedy and Sammy Lee. But Liverpool safely through to round 2, and the draw produced a potentially dangerous tie against the champions of Scotland, a match billed as the unofficial British Championship, to say nothing of a place in Europe's quarter-final.
The northern lights of old Aberdeen bring home, sweet home to me.
So north again to the first all-seater Pittodrie Stadium in the granite city of Aberdeen, the setting for a meeting between Aberdeen, the hopeful Scottish champions, and Liverpool now firmly on the march. The Scots in the team, Alan Hansen, Kenny Dalglish and Graeme Souness, were all looking forward to taking a trip home.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of ones. It's going to be a hard game. I suppose it could have been harder. We might have got Munich or Milan or maybe even Real Madrid. But it'll be a hard game, but I think we're capable of it. I think we're capable of winning. I'm looking forward to it, more than English sides, yeah.
So the Scots all looking forward to the meeting with the Dons, and Liverpool off to a dream start in that first leg, courtesy of that man McDermott again.
Miller, the captain of Aberdeen, he sends a long one, but it's easily cut off there by Ray Kennedy on the far side. He chips it forward to Dalglish, moving it inside. The ball's touched on from Johnson to McDermott. Here's a wonderful chance. McDermott scoops the ball into the net, and Liverpool are in the lead by 1-0 with only 5 minutes on the clock.
So another marvellous McDermott goal, and surely one of the best he's ever scored.
Possibly it's one of my better goals. Obviously, I've got to put it alongside all the important goals I scored, like of Everton and Tottenham. I put that along with it because it was such an important time to score. It's 5 minutes into an all British tie. You know, you're dreaming them sorts of things. I think that it was a goalkeeper definitely made my mind up for me because I did see him coming at the corner of my eye, and then I seen him retreating back. So I thought, well, if you hit the perfect ball into the far side of the goal, I got a chance of going in, which fortunately for me again, it happened to go in.
Aberdeen's captain, Willie Miller, emerged from the silence in the Aberdeen dressing room. He was naturally disappointed with that 1-0 defeat in the first leg at home, but remained defiant for the second match to come.
Yeah, very disappointed. But Liverpool are a top-class side. You beat 1-0 up here. The lads are depressed tonight, but I'm sure we'll get over it and hopefully we'll do something at Anfield. We'll try to entertain, we'll try to get a result. Hopefully, from our point of view, we'll try to beat Liverpool.
Aberdeen's intentions were obvious, and the only way they could qualify was to beat Liverpool at Anfield, something at that time no team had done for approaching 3 years. For 20 minutes, Aberdeen had hope, but then an own goal from Miller himself changed the course of the game, and Liverpool were through.
Well, lovely back heel from Neil, and Neil must score here, and Phil Neil has scored. A glorious back heel there by Kenny Dalglish, absolute class. He took the defender the wrong way, and the back heel was straight into the path of Phil Neil, who was going forward. Jim Leighton came off his line, but there was nothing the Aberdeen goalkeeper could do.
The ball bounces loose to Dalglish. He plays it first time back towards Ray Kennedy on the edge of the Aberdeen box. Kennedy shaped to find space for a shot, was brought down by Willie Miller, and that'll be a free kick to Liverpool. And this could be even more danger for Jim Leighton in the Aberdeen goal, because it's right on the edge of the arc outside the Aberdeen penalty area, and the kick is quickly taken by Liverpool. Short to Cohen. Cohen floats it over to the far post. It's hit the bar. It comes to Lee. Lee pulls it back, and Dalglish has made it 3-0 and given Liverpool surely now a place in the quarter-finals.
Johnson lays the ball infield, good ball to Cohen, plays it straight back into the path of Johnson. Johnson plays it wide. McDermott touches it off to Souness. Beautiful approach work once more by Liverpool. Played forward, McDermott shoots, he doesn't. Oh, what a lovely skills. Oh, my word. Beautiful build-up. And Alan Hansen seemed to have about 15 acres of space. Down the right, McDermott there, lovely touch off. 4 players. Hansen almost strolling into the area. Just put in nicely for him, took it nice and cool. And Alan Hansen now makes it 4-0 on the night. 5-0 on aggregate. And Liverpool, well, if they couldn't already, can now rest easy. They're in the quarter-finals.
The destruction of Aberdeen complete. 4-0 at Anfield, 5 on aggregate, and Europe was beginning to take notice of Liverpool again. Traditionally, though, the European Cup takes a mid-season break, and so it went into cold storage, as always, for 3 months. The draw for the quarter-finals, though, eventually paired Liverpool with CSKA of Sofia, the Bulgarian champions, and so in March, Graeme Souness was to get his wish, and the team that had disposed of Forest in the first round arrived at Anfield for the first leg of the quarter-final, having yet to concede a goal. It didn't take long for that record to go.
Hansen, good skill, takes the ball midway inside the Sofia half. Quick 1-2 from Dalglish. It comes back off the defender to Souness, who's in space here and could score, and has! 1-0 to Liverpool.
We still wait for this Liverpool free kick. Ray Kennedy's there, Alan Kennedy's there. Alan Kennedy runs over the ball. Ray Kennedy looks as if he's gone to sleep, but he hasn't. He plays it short to Highway. Highway going down the left, then plays it with his right foot across that area. A back header comes in from Ray Kennedy, and the shot comes in, and it's there! Sammy Lee! Sammy Lee! The local boy makes good. The man who learned his right lessons playing for the England youth team. He's got thoroughbred qualities, little Sammy Lee. That was his 8th goal of the season, and it was so sweet. He only had a second. For a good striker, a second is enough. Bang! Straight in the back of the net. Velinov couldn't have seen it, and that could be so important now. We're in the dying seconds of this first half. Liverpool 2, CSKA Sofia 0.
He kicks left-footed downfield, the ball bouncing off Dalglish's head, halfway inside the Sofia half. And it's Highway who has it and goes round one defender and a second. He's just on the edge of the box. The old Highway skill this, and he sets it up for Souness. Oh, brilliant goal by Souness! What a magnificent goal! And Liverpool get what could well prove to be the killer goal.
Yes, Liverpool coasting 3 up, but the ever-dangerous Bulgarians weren't done for yet, and they showed what a formidable team they are.
And Liverpool come forward. Lee, halfway inside the Bulgarian half, gives it away again. This is a tremendous cup tie, this. Zradkov comes forward now, and a good ball to Yonchev, who's in space and could score! Yes! You can hear the silence, and if you didn't know that had gone in the net, you'd never have guessed it. A goal that is met with absolute silence by Anfield, but a goal nonetheless, and an important one too. and for once, Anfield is quiet.
Anfield stunned by that Yonchev goal, and with away goals counting double in the event of a tie, that might have been important for the second leg. But we needn't have worried.
Barney Rubble then, or Alan Kennedy if you like, with a good left-footed ball forward again. Finds Lee on towards McDermott! 4-1, and that could be it. Well, they call him Barney Rubble, and I think they'll call him a hero now, because it was Alan Kennedy who began the build-up to a superb Liverpool goal.
There goes Highway down the right, near side to us. A good cross from Highway, half a header, shot comes in. Oh, what a goal! Graeme Souness, 5-1. I tell you what, we've seen a fiesta of goals tonight, but that was the gem. That was the daddy of them all. Graeme Souness celebrates Scottish style. Liverpool 5, CSKA Sofia 1, the most remarkable European quarter-final tie I have ever seen.
And the hero of the hour, again Scottish international Graeme Souness. Another hat-trick against the Bulgarians for him, remarkably his second in the competition, and that 5-1 win came at a time when the critics had been writing the Anfield machine off yet again. A dangerous thing to do, because apart from that European Cup semi-final place that now seemed assured, Liverpool were also on course for their first ever League Cup victory after a replay against West Ham. The CSKA tie then was dead and buried, the view of everyone outside Anfield.
Alan Kennedy is there though as well, and he hooks that one out for another Sofia throw, about 15 yards from the corner flag, taken by Yonchev. Yonchev finds Iliev, cross from Iliev, looking for the big boys at the far post. Only finds Phil Neal though. Neat piece of defensive play from Neal. A stooping header back into the arms of Ray Clemence, and then Neal goes to make space on the right-hand side, and Clemence gives it in from the throw. Neal finds Souness, and then carries on the overlapping run into the Sofia half. And Souness gives it in. The cross from Phil Neal to Sammy Lee. Here's a chance for Liverpool. Oh, he goes back to David Johnson, and it's in the back of the net, and Liverpool are ahead by a goal to nil. Neal, a lovely overlapping run, across into the box. Lee it was who had a shot. It came back off the post, straight into the path of David Johnson, and Johnson took the chance so easily and found the back of that CSKA net.
So 1-0 away from home, another victory in Europe, and Sofia couldn't even beat Ray Clemence from the penalty spot, as he maintained his great record of saving penalties in Europe. It was a display that earned praise from all quarters, and from within the Liverpool club, Bob Paisley found it hard to disguise his delight.
Tonight was tremendous, even from Ray Clemence. He had about 3 or 4 magnificent saves there, and beyond that, he was just picking the odd ball up out of the area, but those saves were tremendous, and that's what wins games and that. I was going to mention him too, actually. He looks a great keeper again. Oh, yes, yeah. And it goes through the side when it gets like that, and as I say, there were world-class saves he made tonight, and certainly had a big contribution to the victory.
But that victory was earned at a price. Several players returned to Liverpool the next day, feeling the effects of the win in Sofia, and goalscorer David Johnson had pulled a hamstring. The injuries were continuing to dog the team's performance. And while Liverpool reached the final of 2 competitions this season and finished 5th in the league, they were still insuring for the future and spending close on £1 million on replacements. But in Europe, Liverpool were now heading for Bavaria, its Alps, its beer halls, its Olympic Stadium, and the showdown with Bayern Munich. The first leg at Anfield, and what an anticlimax. No goals, and Liverpool facing elimination from the competition they'd set their hearts on. Bayern suddenly became the favourites to reach Paris, but only with people outside Anfield. Ray Clemence.
Yes, obviously it's going to be difficult for us, but it's only half-time, and anybody who thinks that this tie is over has got another thing coming. I think that the Bayern manager said that the real final is going to be in the Olympic Stadium in Munich, and I would agree with that now.
Clemence kicks downfield. Can Liverpool hold on? Johnson has the ball. Oh, plays a lovely ball to Kennedy inside the area, and Kennedy has scored! Ray
Kennedy has scored for Liverpool, and that surely will be the goal that will take Liverpool to the European Cup final in Paris.
Liverpool ahead then, and only 7 minutes left for play, a nerve-wracking 7 minutes for anyone. But we knew the Germans had to score twice to qualify.
The watch shows 3 minutes to go. It's Bayern Munich 0, Liverpool 1. Jams on to the edge of the Liverpool area. It's a race. Rummenigge has scored! It's 1-1. Have the celebrations been too early? The ball played forward. Liverpool have gone to sleep for a moment. No doubt about that. Lost their concentration. And the European Footballer of the Year, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, stole in behind their defence to rifle a right foot shot into the net. It's 1-1.
Well, for 3 minutes Liverpool held out, and those goals only tell half the story. Kenny Dalglish was injured after 5 minutes beneath the cobweb roof of that marvellous Olympic Stadium. Howard Gale, a youngster who had his back in plaster at Christmas, was pitched on. He ran the Germans ragged, but he was booked and pulled off himself to be replaced by Jimmy Case. As Case took the field, David Johnson pulled the hamstring in his other leg, and Liverpool were down to 10 men and a passenger. But character's a very big word in the Liverpool vocabulary, and Ray Kennedy's goal proved the decisive one after all. Surely the most important one he's ever scored.
I've scored some important goals in my time. The winner for Arsenal at Tottenham, which won us the league, which was the double year. But I think this really caps it all, because we're under a bit of pressure. We're coming away 0-0, and we played well tonight, and we thoroughly deserved the result. And skipped the side tonight and scored the winning goal. The goal that got us through is a tremendous night for me personally. The kind of spirit that was in the club today, it's been tonight, there was nothing going to take it away from it. Nothing. Whoever had gone off, whoever had played, they would have still carried us through. It was tremendous spirit. All the eggs were thrown into one basket for this game, and it's paid off.
And so Liverpool are there. The opposition is provided by the mighty Real Madrid, one of the legendary names in Europe. 6 times winners of the trophy, including the first 5 seasons the competition was staged. As Bob Paisley waits for his finest hour, leading the first British club to a 3rd European Cup final, he concedes that this Real team isn't as strong as the team of the 50s and 60s. But still, he points out there are players of great quality. But he can hardly hide the pride he feels as he waits now for the big day.
It's a great occasion. I mean, that I've been on hopefully to be on the 3 of them, and that people would give the right arm to have got in such a position, and that even once, and that, and it's coming to the club 3 times, and that it's got to be the greatest honour. The 3 times to win it would be absolutely out of this world.
Clemence kicks downfield. Can Liverpool hold on? Johnson has the ball. Oh, plays a lovely ball to Kennedy inside the area, and Kennedy has scored! Ray Kennedy has scored for Liverpool, and that surely will be the goal that will take Liverpool to the European Cup final in Paris.
Good evening from Mike Ingham. A wonderful moment there to put us in the mood for tonight's European Cup final. Ray Kennedy's goal in Munich takes Liverpool to the Parc des Princes in Paris, where they can earn themselves a place alongside the all-time European greats. A chance for Bob Paisley's team to become the first from Britain to win the trophy 3 times. A feat performed so far by only Ajax, Bayern Munich, and tonight's opponents, the mighty 6 times winners, Real Madrid. And tonight, the European Cup goes full circle. Real are back on the ground where they started the ball rolling 25 years ago, winning the very first final, and the champions of Spain didn't let go of the trophy until 1961. Those were the days of Di Stefano, Puskás and Hento. Well, nowadays, exciting newer names to watch out for, and familiar ones as well, like England's Laurie Cunningham. Real set out to break up a period of English domination, while Liverpool aim to keep the cup in this country for a 5th year running. And it's to the French capital we go go right now. The 1981 European Cup final is due to start at 7:15 our time, and so the atmosphere inside the Parc des Princes must be quite something. Your commentary team for Liverpool against Real Madrid will be Peter Jones and Alan Parry, already talking to listeners to Radio Merseyside.
And it'll be Real Madrid to kick off. Liverpool, therefore, presumably winning the toss, and let's hope that's a happy omen. And we sit in a vantage point, rather like a crow's nest, very, very high beneath the roof of the stand. And Liverpool in this first half will be attacking, and we hope we see plenty of that from left to right. So the 26th European Cup final is underway, and immediately a good challenge in the centre circle by Juanito, winning the ball for Real Madrid, but then giving it away. It comes off David Johnson's shins. Stielicke, the West German, plays it back into his own half, but a bad ball is picked up by David Johnson midway inside the half. Johnson a little bit too quick with that through ball, and easily intercepted by Navaja, the young sweeper at the back for Real Madrid, and then the ball is prodded back to Augustin in the Real goal. A quick throw out by him finds Ankel midway inside his own half, and then on to Camacho, the left back. He's tackled by Terry McDermott, but still gets into the Liverpool half. Lays a good ball forward to Laurie Cunningham, making a lot of ground to the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Checks inside one tackle, spins almost to the ground, keeps his feet, keeps the ball too. Tackled by Neil, gets through them all, and then gets a good cross into the near post. Clemence comes off his line and saves. But what a superb piece of skill by Laurie Cunningham, who ran from the halfway line, beat off 2-3 Liverpool tackles, and still wriggled his way through and got in a very good near post cross, which Clemens saved quite decisively. But there's a threat for Liverpool. If Cunningham can continue to turn it on like that, he'll be a problem. Clemens bowls it out to the far side of the field to Hansen, and he back in turn to Phil Thompson midway inside his own half. Strange, eerie feeling watching the match from this vantage point. It's so quiet and lacking in atmosphere up here. I'm quite sure it's very different down there on the seats and on the terraces. 10 minutes gone. Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0 in the 1981 European Cup final. Neil for Liverpool. A long ball forward. A good header on by Johnson. McDermott pulls it across the face of the penalty area. Dalglish has to chase across to the far side and wins it back and has his shirt pulled almost off his back. And that was very close indeed to being an interesting decision by the referee, because it was about a yard, no more, outside the penalty area. So Cortez resorting to having to pull the shirt of Kenny Dalglish to hold the Liverpool player who won the ball from him splendidly. And a dangerous free kick here for Liverpool. It's right on the left edge of the Real penalty area. The ball is spotted up, and Ray Kennedy finally drifts it across, finds Neil on the right edge of the box. Neil, a quick ball in field, cleared by the Real defence. Neil will be there to win it back for Liverpool, does well. Short ball in field, good ball too, to Alan Kennedy. Kennedy going forward, drives a left foot shot, and a great save by Augustin. Corner. So the game explodes into life for the first time. A good build-up by Liverpool, Neil winning the ball back well, out to Alan Kennedy, and his left foot shot, I think they had taken a slight deflection, but was headed towards the corner, the bottom corner of the goal, and Augustin produced a fine diving save. Liverpool with the corner then, in it comes, and Augustin again shows himself to be a very competent keeper. Comes off his line and makes a good save, belts it quickly downfield. Hansen heads it back into the Real Madrid half. McDermott helps it on towards their penalty area, but then it's picked up by Del Bosque midway inside his own half. And a lovely ball out to the far, no it isn't actually, because he got too much pace on it again, so Liverpool win possession back in the centre of the field. Kenny Dalglish, glorious ball to Lee, inside right position. Lee running onto it, meets it first time, plays it in field, and McDermott with a fine shot, just wide. 12 minutes gone in the Parc des Princes in Paris. It's Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0, but the two best openings so far, both created by Liverpool in the space of 60 seconds. And Augustin making a good save from Alan Kennedy, and then McDermott clipping a shot just wide. But Liverpool have possession on the halfway line with Terry McDermott scuttling forward in the inside right position. Finds Johnson, his control not good enough, and he falls to the ground again, looking as though he was caught high in the chest. And Bob Paisley warned the Liverpool players that Real Madrid would be physical, and certainly Camacho and Cortez have proved his words to be correct so far. And that was a clear free kick, and stud marks in the chest of David Johnson to prove it. Free kick to Liverpool then, midway inside the Real Madrid half. Bang in the centre of the field. Souness hits a high ball looking for Hansen. Hansen heads it back into the middle. Dalglish turns and gets in a shot, but straight at the goalkeeper. Well, 15 minutes gone exactly now. No score, but really the only threat to the Liverpool goal so far has come from two centres by Laurie Cunningham. But they're looking dangerous now because Cunningham has it again.
running forward, 10 yards outside Liverpool penalty area, clips the ball in, first time danger here, it comes off Hansen, it could break for Juanito, Clemence gets a punch away, and still the ball just outside the box, the shot coming in the end, comes to Cunningham, just inside the Liverpool penalty area, Cunningham shoots straight against Neil, pressure here on Liverpool, Cunningham has the ball again, right-footed, hits it into the middle, Souness heads it clear, but again the loose ball is picked up by Real Madrid, Del Bosque trying to make room to make a shooting opportunity, and in the end Neil is there to clip the ball off his toes, out it goes for a throw-in, and for the first time the Liverpool goal under siege, and Clemence in particular did well then with that first punch clear, and those crosses from left or right are going to be a danger to Liverpool, all on the halfway line, and almost a mistake then by the Spanish defender on that far side, but now Navaja has it on the halfway line and hits a good long ball to Stielicke midway inside the Liverpool half, short to Cunningham, and still they build with Ankel infield to Navaja again finding Ankel 15 yards outside the Liverpool penalty area, out to Laurie Cunningham. Here's danger again as Cunningham comes infield and hits it right-footed way over the heads of the Liverpool defence, and finds in the end Juanito out towards the corner flag, but coming infield all the time, tackled by Kennedy, the ball spins loose, there could be a shot here, and there is in the end, and Cortez really coming on the end of that piece of bad luck really for Alan Kennedy, who tried to get it clear. It fell invitingly for Cortez, and his shot was about 2 or 3 yards wide of the Liverpool goal. Still Real though halfway inside their own territory. The ball now switched to this near side of the field, and Sabido just lets the shorter man Juanito take it from him. Juanito chipped it over the back of the Liverpool defence to Santillana, who gets a header in, but straight at Clemence. But again, the warning signs for Liverpool. A good ball over the head of Phil Thompson, and Santillana, who's a deadly striker, particularly with his head, headed goalwards, but Clemence was in the right place. A good save. It's still 0-0 as I hand you over to Peter Jones.
Liverpool in possession as Ray Kennedy plays the ball back to Hansen. Hansen square to his captain Thompson, still 10 yards inside his own half, and he in turn plays it back to Hansen, controls it, and then cuts the ball. It's a good ball too to Neil, who's made good space. Neil now is halfway inside the Real half, just plays the ball short just inside that Real penalty area, and Kenny Galdiche raying the ball to Souness for the shot. Augustine half saves it, then saves it to the second attempt. Lovely skills by Dalglish, shielded the ball beautifully, played it into the path of Souness, hit the ball strong. Augustine did well to at least stop it. It bounced off Augustine, Souness coming in for the kill, but Augustine saved it at the second attempt. Camacho, again sweeping the ball out. Far side, Del Bosque finds Cunningham, and Cunningham holds it, plays the ball short, just a little bit too casual from Cunningham that time. In the end tries to make up for the mistake, comes across to challenge Alan Kennedy, but the throw will go Liverpool's way. And Kennedy, Alan that is, throws it to Hansen, back from Kennedy to Hansen, just turns away, calms it down. Patience is required on all these occasions, as so many of these Liverpool players know, and there's the whistle blown for half-time.
So it's all to play for in this second 45 minutes, and let's just hope that Liverpool can find the kind of form and sharpness they displayed in the previous round, the semi-final, with that magnificent performance against Bayern Munich in Bavaria. Well, both teams in position then. The Hungarian referee, Mr. Palatai, checks his watch. I'm sure there's a great noise swelling around those terraces, but unfortunately in this enclosed box, it's rather like a library, we can't hear it. But the second half is underway. Liverpool now attacking from right to left, and now I can't even through this thick window in front of us hear the Liverpool fans singing their team into action in this second half, but they started with a mistake. Alan Kennedy giving the ball away, but then winning it back from Juanito on the halfway line. Neil, a long ball into the Real half. Johnson short to Lee, who wins the tackle, and the ball spins away to McDermott 15 yards from the corner flag, and coming in field, outside right position, short again to Sammy Lee, who'll whack it into the middle, looking for Dalglish perhaps, headed away by Real. Neil is there and really got it all wrong in that moment, Phil Neil, but fortunately for him it breaks to Alan Kennedy midway inside the Real half, and then he gives it away. Now Juanito comes in field, Alan Kennedy chasing to try and win the ball back, but Juanito finds Navaja on the halfway line, and a good ball through, and there's danger here as the fullback goes through and chips it over Ray Clemence and just over the crossbar. Camacho given the best opportunity of the game so far, and Liverpool paying the price for their back four, really getting it all wrong. They were completely flat and completely beaten. A good period this for Real Madrid. Cortez short to Stielicke, Stielicke forward to Camacho. Camacho tries a left foot shot, and on the ground it goes, first bounce into the arms of Ray Clemence in the Liverpool goal. Half an hour of the European Cup final to go. It's Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0. Remember, if the scores are level at 90 minutes, it's half an hour of extra time, and if necessary, a penalty playoff. And now it's Stilica on the halfway line for Real Madrid. Souness challenges him. Two fine players they are. And Stilica, really, frankly, probably got the better of the two so far. A good ball that was too, out to the far side of the field, and the dancing figure of Juanito comes in field and finds Cunningham midway inside Liverpool's half. Cunningham accelerates forward, trips the ball out to the right. Del Bosque midway inside Liverpool's half, a good looking ball back into the middle. Cunningham flick header on to Santillana, and a good challenge that was by Phil Neal, just as the Real captain was poised to shoot. Alan Kennedy forward to Lee, halfway line, he tackles, the ball spins away, picked up by McDermott. Great ball to Johnson, outside left position, and accelerating forward to the edge of the penalty area. McDermott's got forward too, and a clear case of a foul then, as Johnson is blatantly brought down, and the Liverpool manager, who doesn't often react angrily, comes to the touchline off the bench. Sabido quite blatantly and deliberately bringing down David Johnson, who'd beaten him. That means, as we've reached the halfway point of the second half, it's still Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0, and now we will hear from Peter Jones.
But it's Real in possession. Stilica sweeps the ball out wide. Del Bosque holds it, and then he goes inside the defender, turns the ball across, the header comes in. Ray Clemence is there. There's no real sting behind that one, and Clemence immediately bowls the ball out to set Liverpool going quickly. They have possession on the halfway line. McDermott runs to get the ball, and he gets the ball, and he turns, and then he plays it towards us, and Liverpool have possession with Ray Kennedy, and Ray Kennedy cuts it infield to Souness, and Souness plays it to the feet of Lee, tries the shot. Well, there was plenty of power, it wasn't a bad effort. It was a good positive one, but straight in the end into the stomach of Augustin. They had 3 or 4 good saves, the Spanish goalkeeper tonight. Throw in then to Liverpool. Ray Kennedy just inside his own half. Throws the ball back to Alan Kennedy. Not quite sure what he's going to do with it, so he slows it down again, then starts to accelerate, then slows it down again, and then just strokes it to his left to Ray Kennedy, tight to the near touchline. Plays the ball down that line, and I think in the end Dalglish did well to control that. Looks as if it was going to drift over the line, and now it does drift over the byline, the touchline, and Dalglish takes the throw quickly. And again, a mass of white jerseys inside that Real half, and in the end, everybody misread everybody else, and the ball goes into touch. But it's still, I must say, I thought that was a Real Madrid throw. But Ray Kennedy doesn't argue, he takes the throw, and Alan Kennedy tries to burst through. Alan Kennedy's still there, and Alan Kennedy has scored for Liverpool. A marvellous moment for Alan Kennedy. And he runs away to the left, and the whole Liverpool team go with him. A slight hesitancy in the Real Madrid defence, and Alan Kennedy, the defender, was there when he was needed, and Augustin came to his near post, and Alan Kennedy whacked that one into the top corner of the net. It's only his second European goal of the season, but the man who came to Merseyside from Newcastle, the man who now says he's part of Liverpool just as much as the Liver building, when he was needed, Alan Kennedy was there, and with now just 8 minutes to go, it could be that Alan Kennedy has made a little history, because Alan Kennedy may well have won the European Cup for Liverpool. And away to our left now, never mind about the glass all around us here in our goldfish bowl, we can hear the sounds of Merseyside, a sea of red and white away to our left, and they'll cheer and cheer now for the last 6 minutes. Liverpool now need to hold on, keep possession, keep their heads, as a long ball finds Dalglish. Dalglish holds, trying to go down this near touch, and he's done well. He's got away from his marker, Dalglish, and he plays the ball high across the area. Augustin is there, good save by Augustin. Lee can't get the shot in, Souness does. Oh, great save by Augustin. Oh, Souness really whacked that one, reminiscent of the goals he scored against Sofia earlier this season in the same competition. That was a superb save by Augustin. And if Real fail tonight, then certainly they cannot blame their goalkeeper. They're now trying to find something from their captain, Santillana, but a little bit of pushing and elbowing by Santillana on Alan Kennedy. So it'll be a free kick to Liverpool, and we've got now exactly 5 minutes to go. Liverpool, winners in 77 and 78. Nottingham Forest, winners in 79 and 80. And now Liverpool are 4.5 minutes away from their 3rd European Cup. And that would be a British record. But Real Madrid have possession, but they are deep inside their own half. They hold the ball. Great singing, great singing. And the song that's become almost a cliche in the football world, But the song, remember, that started at Anfield, it's their song, and they're singing it now on a warm Paris night. They're 1-0 up their side. Liverpool 1, Real Madrid 0, as the ball is played straight up in the stands below us here. One or two amateur whistlers coming down from Merseyside wanting the whistle to go. What a moment it'll be for Liverpool, and above all, the quiet man, Bob Paisley. But there's still a little over a minute to go here. Alan Kennedy trying to go on a run. Can't go on a run. And there it is. And Liverpool have done it. A marvellous moment for Liverpool Football Club. The most consistent side back home. And tonight, the more consistent of the two when it mattered. And I see one or two of the Real Madrid players just fall down. I think they gave everything. Ronnie Moran now goes over, and he and 3 substitutes envelop Ray Clemence. He's played over 650 games, Ray Clemence. He's just about seen it all. This will be a special night for him and for the team. Marvellous scenes here. I must say we were most impressed this morning by really the coolness, the calmness of the Liverpool players when they went out for what was their final practice before coming here tonight. They were calm, but they were not overconfident. Just as Graeme Souness said, just confident, and that's the difference. And in the next few minutes then, it's going to be Liverpool's moment here. They prepare the silver trophy. They know what it looks like. And Tommy Smith knows what it feels like to lift it up. And Emlyn Hughes knows what it feels like to hold it up. And in the next minute or two, well, one of the great Scousers, Phil Thompson, will know what it's like to raise the cup high here in Paris. Great sounds, great noise. And I think perhaps some of the younger Liverpool players still can't believe it. Alan Hansen just wheeling his arm in salute to the supporters away to our left. Marvellous sight for Liverpool, and a marvellous sight too for us. And it'll sink in the next 10 minutes or so, perhaps, that they really have done it. And Phil Thompson walks up a couple of steps. He doesn't have to go up 39 steps like he would do at Wembley. They're only about 6. It wouldn't make any difference. I think Phil Thompson would walk up 2,000 steps at the moment. And he comes up into the battery of lights, and the floodlights go on, and Real Madrid now are anonymous away to our right. In the next few seconds, Dr. Artemio Franchi, the president of UEFA, he's having a few words now with Phil Thompson. Get ready for it. This is going to be the sound that means Liverpool have won the European Cup. That's it.